Okay, I have not made a video in a very long time, but I just wanted to show the progression of what I've been doing lately with my action fig collecting, and that is diorama making and making props and using them for toy photography. The first thing I'm going to show you is this mailbox. This was actually red in color to begin with. You can see where the color is right about there. It is actually a piggy bank that the post office issued years and years ago, and it came stock red in color, and I repainted it blue. Now the post office stickers were already on there, but I covered those up with painter's tape and used a blue spray paint and sprayed them all down. And it scales well with several figures. I'll use Daredevil here to kind of give you an idea. So that is the first thing right there. The next thing is this trash can right here. And this came silver. It is actually a wrestling accessory. I used brown paint and orange paint to kind of give it a rust look, and used a seawater sponge that I got from Michael's to apply the paint. And just to get an idea how big it is next to a figure, there you go. The next thing I did was work on this 50-gallon drum. As you can see, it scales this far with a figure. This originally held slime. I got it off of Amazon. You can find those also at Family Dollar here in the States, and also at Dollar Tree. It was originally black in color. I sanded it down, repainted it a metallic silver, and then I painted it this blue. I was gonna try a salting technique, but changed my mind. Then I used a brown and orange paint with a sponge to kind of give it a rustic look. It kind of helped with that. But before I did that, I applied these labels right here. And I used Microsoft. Well, first I got all the images off of Google Images, then transferred each image to Microsoft Word, reduced them in size, and then printed it out. To apply these, I put Mod Podge behind there, and then I put Mod Podge on top to kind of just seal it and, you know, give it a little added protection. The next thing I made off a tutorial, and there are several tutorials off of YouTube. I mean, you can try and just search 1/12 scale and whatnot. And I can't recall who I picked this one up from, but these are pallets actually made out of the sticks going this way, and on the bottom are actually popsicle sticks. But the three dividers right there for the actual forklift is balsa wood, and they are glued together with hot glue. And then once I got done with that, I applied a dirty brownish blackish colored water down with a sponge to kind of just give it that dirty look. And as you can see how they go up against a 1/12 size Marvel Legend, and like I said, they just look good in the background of different shots. The next thing that you can see is this dumpster right here. This dumpster came stock green and black. As you can see, it scales about that big next to your Marvel Legend. And the only thing I did with this, same thing I used with the images from Google, and reduced them to size and transferred them over, printed them, cut them out. I applied Mod Podge behind it, put it on there, and then put Mod Podge on the top. I got that one, and that one right there. Once I completed that and it dried, then I took a sponge with the dirty paint and just kind of applied it all over so it didn't have that shiny look. The next thing is the actual diorama itself. And just to get an idea, there's Daredevil again. And you can see this is PVA foam, I believe it is. It's the insulation foam that you could get from Home Depot. And it's blue in color if you get it from Lowe's. This is my third diode that I built. I'll do a video on the other ones that I built as well. But just to give you an idea, That label right there, the same thing I did on Google Images. That movie poster of The Empire Strikes Back, same thing. Reduced it to size after I transferred it over to Word and printed it out. That is a sticker from my cousin's paint shop. It's actually a decal for a car, but I figured with the size it worked out perfect right there. These are build 'em up straws. I got those off of Amazon. They come with all the connections. It's a large pack. What I did was I sanded them all down so the paint can adhere to it. And then I spray painted each one of these in a silver metallic color. I can't really recall. The best paints to use are the ones that are like a matte finish. And the ones I use from Home Depot, they adhere to plastic, wood, all sorts of different things. I'll try to get a name of that in a future vid. But the actual diorama itself, on the pipes, I used a paintbrush, which I later learned the sponge works better, but I tried to give it a rustic look, as you can see right there on there. But with the brush, it leaves the stroke, so I just learned how to use the sponge. Now, they're actually placed into the diorama using tie downs by poking a hole on each side right there and just tying it down from the back. And then on the foam itself, it's insulation foam, but on the foam itself, you just carve whatever you want using any type of tools that you got laying around the house. You don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of them. But I have used razors to cut the lines, a dull pencil for the grout. I painted it with apple barrel colors from acrylic paints from Walmart, and just put on different layers and whatnot. I'm not a tutorial vid. I just picked up on what others showed me, so it's kind of hard for me to explain. But you search it, you can find it. It's real fun and easy to do, and it is connected by the